it's let's say we're bringing to you what we do in a factory, but in a more simple way because of course transportation. All right. So this is not about what you like in terms of mild, medium, or full body cigar. We all have our favorites, but when you are developing a product, you have to work for the market. So in this case, we are. That's fine. So in this case, that's fine. If you want me, I can let you finish, but first, Tony. Oh no. Oh, I'm in your house. Come on. We're gonna be here all night. Did I give you a pack? You good? Okay. So what you have in your hands, guys, is the Superb blend, which is the last cigar I developed as a core line. It's a medium. Don't drink yet, please. I'm gonna charge you $50. All right, guys. Cigar number 1 is just a filler of the blend, so it's not a finished cigar. Cigar will never call a cigar unless it's finished by filler, binder, and wrapper. Cigar number 2 will be the filler and the binder together. Cigar number 3 will be the finished product. So the finished product, what we're looking to get in this cigar is a medium body as far as the strength, and we're trying to get cinnamon aroma. We're trying to get some sweetness, natural from the tobacco, some citrus, some woody notes, and slightly creamy, not too much. I want you to remember that, and I'm going to repeat it again. The cigar we're developing is a medium body as far as the strength, cinnamon aroma. You're going to get that a lot when you light it up the cigar, depending on the stage where you at. Maybe cigar number 1, maybe cigar number 2. Depends. You will see. Also, trying to get sweetness, some citrus, and some woodiness. Okay? I also want to tell you, if I ask you a question and the answer is no, please be honest with me all the time and say no and say yes when you feel like it. Don't try to make me feel that I need to be comfortable. At the end of the day, sometimes it's a hard no. So, I want to tell you before you guys light up the cigar number 1, that something beautiful about tobacco is, let's say if we have a tobacco seed called Jonas, which is my name, the beautiful thing about the tobacco is depending on where I grow that tobacco, the country, the city, next to what, it will change the flavor and the performance of that particular same seed. That's beautiful, I think, for me, because it can allow us as a company to make more blends for you. So, I want to ask just 2 guys, and that's fine, you can always guess. We're going to make a cigar product. There's a couple of things that we need to define before we get to make that cigar. So let's say we need to define what flavors we're trying to get. We need to define what's the strength we're going to put out. What else do we need to define? You can guess. The aroma that we want to, okay? Anybody else, Mac? What else do we need to define? Well, you can say that. Price. Because you can have, how do you feel when you're paying $20 for a cigar that for you, I might pay $5. You feel bad. So everything has to come with everything. Something else, how balanced we want it. Balance is key to really get the whole performance from each tobacco leaf while it's burning. And I'll explain to you later why. And something else is how complex we want it. Sometimes you need a cigar that is the same thing all throughout. Morning cigars tends to be more throughout, laid back, everything more mellow. But complexity nowadays, when you have the information at the palm of your hand, which is the smartphone, you can look it up at any tasting notes from Cigars or reviews. Very easy. So the people has more knowledge nowadays and asking for more. So asking for not boring cigar, let's say. So please, light up cigar number 1 that you're going to have only the fillers of that blend. Light it up. If you have a cigar before, you can maybe wash your mouth with water. Whatever you can do. Light up the cigar. Every time you light up a cigar, try to smell, try to get the aroma. And remember, we're trying to get cinnamon aroma. We're trying to get medium body as a strength. We're trying to get sweetness, some woodiness, slightly creamy. I'll let you guys try cigar number 1. All right? If you have any questions, you can always let me know. While you analyze cigar number 1, I want to ask the first question. Why the draw is too important? When I say the draw, 10 is too tight, 1 is too loose. Why do we need that cigar to be between 5 and 6 as a first draw, Mr. Gentleman? He's thinking. That's his way of thinking. You have a lighter over there? Thank you. You want him to answer for you? I said, why is it important to have the draw between 5 and 6? Do you really want a cigar very loose? I say 1 is too loose. 10 is. You like it loose? Are you sure? Who agree with the gentleman? Do you agree with the gentleman, Mac? Why?
My opinion, if you have it in the middle, people that like it a little tighter will say might be a little looser than I like it, but it's okay.
So, anybody else? You say it works for you. Okay. Anybody else want to say something about the draw?
I feel like when you have too loose of a draw, you don't get the smoke.
Okay.
I feel like without the smoke, you don't get the smoke.
You want to have the most smoke you can have. When the cigar is too loose, there's a reaction. Maybe you're not gonna get too much smoke, but the reaction when it's too loose, the heat goes up. When the heat goes up, turn your cigar bitter and bitter and bitter. So it's gonna change the flavor. That's why we cannot have it too loose. When it's too tight, there's another reaction. Eventually your cigar is gonna plug because of the tart. You're not gonna be able to enjoy your cigar. So that's how I always say construction is very important for you to experience the whole blend. We're literally burning our money for our pleasure, for our time, to have a great time for us as a group, reading a book, or whatever activity you're doing with it. So draw is too important between 5 and 6 when you have to do a slightly effort to pull from the cigar so it's pressed enough and you can get the whole performance. So cigar number 1, guys, honestly, are you feeling any sweetness there, Mr.? Nothing. Flat right now. That's what he said. What do you think? Little bit of spice. But we're looking for white pepper. Is that white pepper, red pepper, black pepper? How do you consider? Black pepper, okay. We're not looking for that, but that's what he's getting. It's cigar number 1. Remember, incomplete cigar. I'm just want to show you that, let's say for you, if you guys come to the Dominican Republic and have a cigar trip and get to smoke 20 cigars at the factory, for you probably it's a great experience. But when you do that every day, I can tell you, sometimes we need to go through a lot of bad cigars before we nail it. A lot of burned out palate before we got that cigar amazing. So anybody else want to say something about what are you feeling? Is it big, bad? I have people that tell me that they love the cigar number 1 more than the number 3. Typically, it's because they are full body smokers. Anything you want to say?
Loose.
It's loose.
Like a 0.
Perfect. Perfect. I like it.
Is there any specific number that this tobacco rolled up?
It's-
Number 1?
A specific what?
Specific number between 1 and 10.
Loose? Okay. So between 1 and 10, that must be between 0 and 2.
Yeah.
He's right. Because it's not complete. When it's not complete, you press and you do the mold. But the binder and the wrapper make it, let's say, more firm. You're looking for more firmness to get the draw where you want it to get. Anybody else?
It does have some creaminess and not some pepper. I would say maybe a stronger white pepper.
And that's what we're not looking for. But I agree that you're getting that. It's not a complete cigar. You're gonna get some notes, and the word undefined, the word unbalanced is what comes right now in cigar number 1. It's not balanced right now. Before we get to the cigar number 2, because you're gonna get more something else to the better way. Why do we need an even burn in a cigar? We understand it look beautiful, but maybe you gentlemen can tell me, why do we need an even burn in a cigar to have the true experience you're looking for when you buy that cigar? Whenever you, yeah, I'm looking at you, my man.
It's not very even. You're not getting all the notes around.
Okay. Exactly. Okay, so this is the thing. This is not liquid, so you need all the leaf to be burning at the same time for you to get the experience. When one leaf is burning and the other one is not doing at the same time, you're not getting the true blend. But here comes construction again. And this make me go to the explanation when we have the plan of the tobacco. When you see a plan of the tobacco, I'm going to give you the basics, which is seco, viso, and ligero. Seco, viso, and ligero. The more you go up, the shorter will be in size the leaf. But the more top you go, the more stronger will be the leaf because it gets more sunlight and thicker. Brown, very dark, never black. That doesn't exist. If you see a black tobacco, will be a processing buff that isn't natural. In the viso, you can get more of the flavors, slightly stressed, not too much. Brown, regular brown. You go more to the seco, which is in the bottom, brown, yellowish, combustion. That's very important. So, based on those details, the roller has to work on the positioning of the leaf when we make a cigar. So, I'm going to ask just one guy. Can I ask you a question? Based on what I told you. So, just to keep it simple for you, if we're going to make a cigar with just ligero tobacco and seco tobacco, we do cigars in accordion, but at the end of the day, we're putting one in the middle, the other one around it. Which one would you put in the middle? Would you put the ligero or would you put the seco? Ligero or seco? To make the even burn. You can guess and it's fine. Who said? Okay, exactly. Based on that. Now that you know the bottom, which is the seco, per faster, which one would you put in the middle? Huh? You good? You good? You good? So? Perfect. All right. So seco around the ligero. Don't you pay attention? Don't you see that sometimes when you gentle tap the ash, you have like a pyramid shape? It's because the positioning of the leaf was in the right point. There are some cigars that are well done and you don't have the pyramid shape because probably it's a mount cigar, it doesn't have ligero, probably it's between seco and viso. Well, that pyramid shape is because the lazy burner, which is the ligero, is in the middle, and the around is helping the center to keep lit. So that's why it's burning like this. That's how you have an even burn. That's the only way you can really appreciate the experience of the smoke. So, if you don't have any questions.
I have a question.
Okay.
If I just hold it here for 2 minutes, it goes out. Is anybody else has gone out?
That's fine. Cigar number 1 is incomplete. It can happen. Or that one can be wet. It's a possibility.
Keep puffing, it stays lit.
That cigar is not meant to enjoy. Cigar number 1.
Number 1.
It's not meant to enjoy.
Oh.
That's part of this experience.
So, can we go cigar number 2? When you light up the cigar number 2, please try to use your nose. Let's see what type of aroma do you get. Are you getting anything different? Smoother? Right? I'm smelling already the cinnamon. I don't know you guys. Just with one tobacco. But I'm going to be honest with you guys. I really made it the right way. This cigar was made last week. So you're not wrong. Fresh. So there's something very like that's the master's blender job. How the master blender will know when the cigar is wet that in 3 months it's gonna taste what he's looking for. It takes a long time. My master blender had 43 years in the business. So like there's no college for this. Like you have to work every day and learn the empirical. I don't know how to say that in English. By the action, by the work. There's no theory here. Some people have done a couple books. But instinct, by percentage, by experimenting, by a lot of waste. By a lot of waste as well. So keep enjoying cigar number 2. I want to ask you a question. It's an average, but there's always a minimum. Let's say you're going to make your first premium cigar, your brand, and you're going to make everything by yourself. You're not buying tobacco from anyone. You're going to grow your tobacco. You're going to ferment your tobacco, age it, make the cigar, age it, and sell it to Tony. How long in minimum do you think you might need to make your first premium cigar, Mac? 3 years? 6 years?
6 months.
6 months? Okay. To make your first premium cigar. Okay?
This one stays lit. This one stays lit, and the draw is going up to number 5.
Okay. I like, yes, you're getting the experiment. Like I said, now you have the other leaf, it's getting more firm. All right? So he said 3 years. It's very close. It's a minimum of 3 years and a half. Of course, you can make a cigar probably in 2 years, depending on the quality. You can make a cigar in 6 years, but we have to understand it's a business. We got to make money, right?
So this would be
What?
2 years before we can sell it.
Well, they're superb.
Not this one. Say this was a brand new cigar.
Uh-huh.
Probably 2 years before it gets on the shelf.
2 years before you make the cigar and then pack it, that you're going to have 4 weeks packing and shipping.
No, they're going to age tobacco.
You got to age, so.
Tobacco age separate.
Exactly.
Cubans, on the other hand, are rolled, and you're expected to age them after they're rolled.
There's a situation over there by politics and a couple of things that the Cubans, that's why the Cubans don't have the best cigar nowadays. Best cigars are right now in Dominican Republic and Nicaragua.
That's why like Cubans say always have. People are talking about box date, because if you get a cigar that was rolled, they bought 6 months ago, it's probably only 6 months old, it's not aged properly.
Yeah, so it's going to take around 3 years and a half before we pack it and ship it to the distribution center, more or less, minimum. Anybody else want to ask a question or something?
So what about these? Would you call? Let's say you're getting married, and it's really trendy to get these cigar rollers at these weddings, right?
Okay.
They're rolling these cigars right there. They're handing you a cigar.
Okay.
Right, that cigar is rolled right there in front of you. You're gonna smoke it.
Okay.
So, the tobacco's aged. The cigar is minutes old. Are you
When
really
you-
getting a good experience, or are you just doing it for the gimmick?
That's more for the gimmick. But when you have a fresh cigar, if the roller did it right, or the company that sent you the roller did it right, they're going to send you the molds, filler and binder already pressed with tobacco of 3 years. And the only thing that is going to be wet will be the wrapper. So what you're getting is 70% of the whole experience. So if you let it age in 3 months, properly aged, you're going to have a better cigar than what you smoke in the wedding. But if you're drunk, who cares? Who cares, you know? But the experience is fun. Yes, sir.
I was going to say, if you do look closely, if you're at a wedding and you do look closely, they're called blanks. They are pre-rolled filler into the binder, so that all they're really doing is putting that wrapper on there. It's that final step. So it looks cool, on the roll.
Yeah.
Depends on the roll.
Some rollers will roll their own blanks. That's what they bring.
Yep.
Go with the local guy here. He does that.
Okay. So, two things before we go to the cigar number 3. Something that we do at the factory, and it really works. When you pull from the cigar, throw the smoke to the left, and then pull again, throw the smoke to the right. Because of your taste buds, you're going to feel a different performance on each side of the chick, yeah. In one place, you're going to probably, in one side, you're going to probably get more pepper, the other one, more floral. That's something that we do over there to see where it's going. Because depending on if you are left-handed or right-hander, your cigar will taste slightly different. Slightly different. Something else is, before we get to the cigar number 3, is from 1% to 100%, how much do you think the wrapper apports to the experience of the smoke? Should I do the question again? From 1% to 100%, how much do you think the wrapper apports to the cigar, to the experience of the smoke? Just the wrapper. 20%, 20%? Nothing? 5%? 33%? Okay. Can you tell me now, because I asked you a question that you didn't answer, why you say 20?
Because most of the flavor comes from the vine and filler, not from the
But you know that most of the people tell me 80 and 70% and 100%? You're actually right. But I'm going to go first by math and say, and second, of what I know in the last 14 years. If we're going to make a cigar of total 52 by 6, how many leaves do we need in the filler?
4 or 5.
You're close. 5 to 7 probably. 5.5.
What was the answer? How much does?
How many tobacco? How many tobacco leaf?
What did you say the percentage of what the?
So no, I haven't said the percentage. If we're gonna make a Toro cigar, how many leaves do we need in the filler? It will be around what he said. 5, 5.5, then binder, then wrapper. So by percentage right there, we're going around 18%, if my math is not wrong. But if we're gonna make the same blend in a Corona, we're gonna have 3.5 leaves in the filler, binder, and wrapper. Now from 18% we jump to around 40%, if my math is not wrong. That's big, but what's the only leaf that your lips touches? So there's something in your brain that might think it give you more, and sometimes you can be right. But at the end of the day, it will give you between 18% even to 55%, depending on the wrapper and depending on on what tobacco you're using in the filler. Because if you make a cigar with very good quality tobacco, Brazilian Cubra wrapper that has full strength, full flavor, and the filler is full of bolado tobacco. I didn't mention to you earlier, but the bolado tobacco is underneath the seco, lacking flavor. You can probably have a 90% in wrapper.
Now I gotta ask, is the wrapper an actual leaf of a plant?
Of course. Yeah. And not every country will have good wrapper. Because for you to have good wrapper, you will need a humid place and not too much sun. You need the sun, but not complete sun.
Okay.
It has to be cloudy. That's why Ecuador is the best country to grow tobacco.
It's different than rolled tobacco.
And what?
So the wrapper is different tobacco than rolled pills.
Yeah, it's different.
Different.
Different, but it can be from the same plant.
Okay.
But it has more elasticity, is bigger, has more quality, it's the most expensive on the same plant, but not every country will have the capability to grow tobacco for wrapper. So now, based on the information that I gave you, I want you to please light up cigar number 3 and tell me if we are getting more towards what I told you. We're looking for sweetness, we're looking for white pepper, we're looking for woodiness, cinnamon aroma, Now we're gonna get the complete cigar.
Still not drinking, Jonas?
Not yet.
Not yet.
I'm on duty.
I'm talking about you, I'm talking about us.
So, I gotta ask, what's the difference, what makes the difference between a $10 cigar and a $100 cigar?
Wow.
$90.
Wow. Wow. He got me right there on the spot. That's a great question. First time somebody asked me that in 2 years doing the component tastings. I'm going to be honest because I don't like to lie. I'm going to be honest. I don't like to lie.
Now you know.
Huh? I'm going to be honest. Okay. For example, the first sample I'm going to give you, because that's a great question. I love it. I love it.
Take your time.
If we make, the only way I can get to that point, there's a point to get to the 100 and everybody's going to be 95% fine. If I make 50,000 cigars in the first year, after I let the 50,000 cigars age for 1 year, I take 10,000, make it a brand, and sell you the 1 year age cigar for $18. But I'm talking grade A tobacco in everything, 6 different types of tobacco, different countries. I give you a 52 by 6.5. I give you a great presentation and a great flavor. If the same cigar, I let it age, I'm having 40,000 cigars, then I take 10,000 more. Now I'm giving you the same cigar, but with 2 years age. I have to add some money because of storage and a couple of things, age and care. I can probably make you $10 more and you're probably going to pay it. Because the more I care about the cigar in the right way, cigar will taste better. So if I go, then the 30, I give it to you in 3 years. It will go there. But, yeah, because of cost and a lot of things, and the age properly will go more enhanced in flavor. But don't get me wrong, a cigar after 5 years, the strength is going to mellow. It's going to lose some stuff. But I can tell you, I held this for 5 years. So if I tell you, you give me $50,000 to put it in the bank, how much will you get? But in value, 50,000 cigars in value, let's say it's only $1 per cigar, it will hold more the value than the money in the bank because you have the product, right? But the only thing I can tell you about the 100 or something like that is the brand, the status, and also I want something that not everybody has it, that not everybody can pay it, or I have the celebration stuff, that's marketing, and you feel that you want to please yourself buying that cigar. So more than the value as a cigar itself, is more the status and brand. That's honest. I think I'm being honest right there, right? I'm not going to tell you, hey, values that. There's something that comes with it. It's like, do you think a Rolex worth $100,000? Probably no. I have a Tacure here that it works perfectly. I can have a smart watch that give me the time and everything, but the status, the marketing, and some of the mechanic well done will give you up to that price. And the less amount of cigars that you drop out there and the demand is big, will raise the price. Same thing when people was trying to buy apartments after pandemic. Same thing happened with the cigar. In combination with marketing and status, presentation, and how many years you have in business. I think that's understandable, or somebody cannot agree with me. But, huh? All right. So $10, but I can make you a great $10. $10. I can make you a great cigar that tastes like the 100 probably, but give you a $10 because I'm in the introduction part. So I'm trying to put the cigar in a lot of people's mouth. So I can't tell you that. Anybody else don't Good about my answer? But it's a great question. I love you even more now. So cigar number 3. Are you feeling anything else? More of what I was trying to get? You have a cigar with 1 week old. Smoother? Any sweetness? Any cinnamon? Some woodiness? The pepper used to feel. Now, how you feel the pepper, Mac?
Oh, I've been feeling pepper all the way.
But now it's going up? You are the only one. You notice?
I know I'm the only one.
So maybe you gotta watch what you drink, what you ate. So now, whoever knows how to retrohale, please, I want you to retrohale. Then smell the drink that you have in front of you. Retrohale. Smell the drink and retrohale again and tell me what you feel. You drink it? Smell, retrohale. Smell, retrohale. When you do that, all of the flavors that you felt in your nose before you smell it enhanced after the alcohol and the smell, right? Okay. So after that, I want you to drink a little bit of your drink. And after you drink it, I want you to throw smoke into the glass as much as you can. Try to hold some smoke in the glass and then drink. Throw smoke in the glass. If you have any question, brother, I'm here to help you. Throw smoke in the glass. Throw smoke in the glass. Yeah. You're going to thank me later. Didn't like it?
The difference I feel is it got my entire mouth and not just my tongue. I felt it all over. A little bit smoother to draw.
Okay.
I mean,
Have you done that before?
No.
No.
I don't.
Do you feel any difference, Mac? I think as you're feeling the pepper, you're going to feel less pepper after that. It's smoother out. Smooth the pepper, and also it will smooth, when you throw the smoke, it will smooth out or mellow out the alcohol taste. It's going to turn your drink sweeter. That's a reaction. Any questions, guys? No? Can I give you a test?
Good to go.
Good to go. You just want me to finish.
Good to go.
What's the strength of the cigar?
Medium. 5.5 maximum.
All right.
How do you feel? You feel 10?
Yep.
Oh my God. You feel 10, Tony? 5.5. But that cigar is 1 week. So it might feel a little more because it's still wet. Any questions?
For me, right?
Uh-huh.
The strength, I always feel in my head, I just sweat.
But it's always like that? With every cigar you smoke?
Not every cigar. For me, it's stronger.
Maybe it's the nicotine, depending on the nicotine level in the cigar.
Yeah.
That might happen. It make you sweat cold, right? Yeah, that's the nicotine. All right.
I like it.
This is a coffee and liquor.
Actually, you do. It pairs well with both. Any question, my friend? No? Good? Uh-huh.
When you bind the leaf together, do you use seaweed paste in that to keep it together, or is it just wet when it's rolled? And that's what
No, it's an organic glue.
organic glue.
Glue, yeah. Very organic glue, smokable, chewable, let's say eatable, not a problem.
What's the organic part? What do you use?
If I'm not wrong, the brand is Vermocol. We use a glue for the bands and a glue for the tobacco. One is more liquid than the other one.
Tasteless.
Huh?
It's tasteless and everything.
No taste, no color, eatable, smokable, no problem. It has been used for 300 years. Any other question, guys? Or should we keep just smoking and having a good time? All right? Thank you so much, guys, for your time. Thank you.